In this video, we're going to take a quick look at the advantages of the hybrid keyboard. In order to do that, I'm going to connect to my PC. So the first thing I need to do from the QBraille main menu is to go to Connectivity. I'm going to press Enter. And I'm given my list of connection types. The first one is USB, so I will press Enter again to enter USB terminal mode. Once I'm in terminal mode, I can then connect to my PC. I already have the other end of this cable connected to the PC. And now you can hear things happening. And
checked 71 of 83.
As I use the arrow keys, things are now happening on my PC. So I'm actually going to open this document. So I'll press Enter here.
Opening Word. Opening Word. Apps list. Compatibility mode. Word. Resume reading. Resume reading button. Apps list. Compatibility mode. Edit.
Okay, and again, I can press Control to stop speech. So what I'm going to do here, the first thing I'm going to do is to use JAWS quick keys to get to various parts of this document. Now, again, you might have to rethink how you do things in order to accommodate your hand position, but you don't have to rethink what those keystrokes are, and that is what the advantage of the hybrid keyboard is. I know that Insert Z is my JAWS quick keys on, or Caps Lock Z if I'm using a laptop, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to press the Caps Lock key and the Braille letter Z.
Quick keys on.
And now, again, I can just use the keystrokes I know, so I can type H.
Heading to disclaimer.
And I can move through this document.
Page 2, heading to books and reading. Page 3, heading to camera apps for the blind. Page 5, heading to file and information management.
And if I want to go to the bottom of the file, I can just press space 456.
Page 22, bottom of file, blank.
I could have also pressed Control End as you normally might. And again, this again is the advantage of this keyboard is that it's intuitive no matter how you look at it. Whether you are using Braille keystrokes or whether you are using a combination, or if you want to know that strange Control-Alt-1 keystroke, you don't have to think about it. It is Control-Alt-1. So let's actually go through a few examples of how that plays out. So the first thing I want to do is turn quick keys off, so I'll press Caps Lock Z again.
Quick keys off.
And now I'm going to press Enter a couple times.
Enter.
And I'd like to create a new category in this document, similar to the ones that we have gone through. So in order to do that, I'm going to first type in the title. So I'll type in conferencing. And I will press Enter.
Conferencing. Enter.
So now what I'm going to do is to arrow back up using the arrow keys, and I'm going to select it as I normally would on any QWERTY keyboard by using Shift and the down arrow.
Selected. Conferencing.
And this should be at heading level 2. So now I will just simply type Control-Alt and the Braille number 2.
Alt Control 2.
And it should be now heading level 2. I'll arrow down
blank.
And back up.
Heading level 2 conferencing.
And voila, we do have it.
Blank.
Okay, so now I want my application. Before I go too much further, I guess I should explain what exactly we're doing here. This is a document of accessible apps for the Braille Sense. So I just added a new category, and now I'm going to add a new application. And for those of you who can see this, you would have seen as I went through the document that the applications are bulleted, so we'll go ahead and do that. So the first thing I'm going to do again is type in the title, and this will be Google Meet. So I'm going to type
Google.
Okay, and I'll press
Meet,
enter. And again, I'm going to arrow up.
Google Meet.
And I want to be to the left of the G.
Blank. G.
And I am.
Golf.
And so now I'm going to create the bullet. And again, you want to rethink a little bit your hand position. Normally, you're going to type Control-Shift-L using Control and Shift with your left hand and L on your right. You need dots 1, 2, 3 with your left hand, and doing Control and Shift and all of those isn't going to work very well. You still can, though. You just need to use the Control on the right side. So I'm going to use Control on the right, Shift with my left pinky, and then my other 3 fingers typing the dots for the L. So here we go.
Control-Shift-L.
Okay, and I'll arrow up.
Heading level 2 conferencing.
And back down.
Level 1 bullet Google Meet.
And there we go. So I do have it
Blank.
bulleted just as I would want it to be. Now, one more thing that I want to show you, and that is that you have the ability to type in contracted or uncontracted or computer braille, at least in English. And it's very easy to switch between the two. You generally want to be in computer braille if you're doing command and operation, because when you type in contracted braille, it doesn't enter anything unless you press the spacebar. So the way that you switch in and out of computer braille mode is to use the mode key plus the escape key. So I can simply press, and now I'm in contracted braille, and you'll see that words enter when I press space or enter. So I'm going to type a description of Google Meet, just a short one.
Google Meet is a conferencing app that allows you use audio and video, communicate and share. Enter.
And I even made some mistakes, which I would probably normally do. So this is real. This is real and
Google
live.
Meet is a conferencing app that allows you to use misspelled audio and video to communicate and share files.
Okay, so now I'm seeing this in contracted braille, and I typed it in contracted braille, and it translated internally and sent the words as a whole. So when you're operating, as I mentioned earlier, it's probably easier to use computer braille so that you are able to actually use computer keystrokes, use first letter navigation, etc. However, when you're when you're typing something longer, you may choose to use contracted braille that may be more intuitive for you. And of course, I can, let's see, I need to fix this audio. It even underlines it for me on the braille display. Fabulous. So I have audio. I don't know what I was thinking there, but we'll just kind of try to fix that.
Misspelled E. I-O.
So there we go, we fixed it. And I'm going to go ahead and save this, so I'll press Alt F4.
Microsoft Word. Save button.
And again, I can just press Enter. And we are now...
Documents. Items view multi-select list box. Not selected fantasy mix.web not checked. 12/31/2020 12:09 a.m. WAV file 1626 kilobytes.
I was
7183.
focused on nothing, and so I pressed Alt-Tab to get back to my File Explorer list. So now let's do something else. Let's go to the web browser. So to get to my desktop, again, I can press Windows D,
Folder view list view. Recycle bin checked. 1 of 23.
and I want to go to Microsoft Edge. So now remember that I need to go back into Computer Braille. So let me press the pairing plus escape key, and we're going to press M.
Microsoft Edge checked. 7 of
And we
23.
get to Microsoft Edge, and I'll just press
M,
Enter.
enter. Selected. About. Blank. App bar toolbar. Address and search bar edit. Search or enter web address.
So we're actually going to visit our website, and we'll look for the information on our QBraille. So I will type the address,
Selected. World selected. www. Selected. Imsint.com.
and I've been there before.
H. Enter.
so
Selected.
we'll just-
www.imsint.com. Blank. Page has 3 regions, 4 headings, and 17 links. Same page links.
Okay, and I'm going to press Control to stop speech. I want to go to the menu, so I'm going to press the Tab key to move among the
Link
links.
graphic. Open menu button.
And I'll press Enter here.
Enter. Menu. PC menu. Braille. 1 of 7.
And the Braille menu is the first one, so I'll press Enter here.
Leaving menus. Braille menu. Page has 3 regions, 1 heading and 18 links.
And again, I press Control. Now I'm going to type Control F, as I normally would in JAWS, to find.
Virtual find. JAWS find dialog. Find what? Edit combo. BRAILLE.
And I've been there before too, so we'll press Enter.
QBraille XL image graphic.
Okay, so now we have the image, and I can just arrow down to see what we've got here.
QBraille XL. Write in Braille. Command via QWERTY keys.
All right,
More view.
and we'll press Enter here.
Enter. List with 5 items. Blindness/view link. Blindness/view. Link blindness/view. Page has 4 regions, 10 headings and 19 links. QBraille XL blindness. Same page.
Okay, and this time I want to jump to the QBraille, so I'll use H to jump by heading.
QBraille XL heading level 1.
And here we go, and once again I'll use my arrow keys.
The QBraille X placed function keys buttons. Link. Brochure download. Article end. Article. Article. Group start product detail. Heading level to tab selected features. Heading level to tab text specs. Heading level to tab photos.
So that's what we have under QBraille. As you can see, you can just use the keystrokes that you know, your arrow keys, your tab key, your Control F for find. Of course, your navigation by heading is normal. But what's great about this is that all the keystrokes are the same. They're the ones you know. They're the Windows keystrokes. Whereas if you use other Braille displays, you're going to try and figure out what function key makes Control or what function key makes Control-Alt or Control-Shift, etc. You're also going to have to figure out which one of those keystrokes works for which screen reader because they're often different. The function keys for a certain Braille display might do different things with different screen readers. With the QBraille, it's always the same. It's always what you've learned with Windows, but you also have the intuitive ability to type in Braille, to navigate in Braille, and to use Braille letters. So does this seem rather ordinary? Yes, it does. It actually is. It's ordinary and boring, but that's actually kind of the point, that it isn't complicated. There isn't some interesting little scheme of keystrokes that you have to come up with or some interesting little scheme of function keys that they've created that are, supposed to be intuitive. It just is boring. It's easy. And that is the exact point of the hybrid keyboard. So we hope that this makes more sense to you and that you come to appreciate it as we have done. For more information about any of our HIMSS products, you can visit our website at www.himsintl.com or send us an email at hims@selvishc.com. Thanks for watching.